Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Please welcome, making his entrance to the ring, the challenger this evening from Barnsley, Josh the Outlaw Wale.
He's got his fans here, that's for sure, but the majority of the crowd is with the hometown boy, Kid Galahad. But Josh Wale feels that he can cause the upset here. He's all action, and he won't hang about. Big, big night. He is determined to take his opportunity.
He makes no bones about the fact that this is the most important fight of his career, and he will give it all.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, comes the champion. Here from his home city of Sheffield, Kid Galahad.
Well, they're on their feet for Kid Galahad, who makes his way into the arena, desperate to move up in class, desperate to make a point, and he feels that he's on his way to a world title in a hot, hot division. But first he has to dispose of Josh Wale here. It is certainly a test for Kid Galahad, but what he feels that he's going to pass with flying colours.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hennessy Sports, sponsored by Lonsdale, Napoleon's Casino, the Sheffield Star, and Silk's Gentleman's Lounge, live and exclusive on Channel 5. Proud to present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the WBC International Super Bantamweight title. The officials have been appointed by the World Boxing Council and the British Boxing Board of Control. WBC supervisor at ringside, Mr. Moro Betty. British Boxing Board of Control stood in charge, Jeff Bolter. Matchmaker, John Ingle. Timekeeper at the bell, Barry Pinder from Sheffield. The three scoring judges at ringside for this assignment are Michael Alexander from Doncaster, Mark Green from Romford, and John King from Wellingborough. Finally, when the action commences, the star referee in charge of the action, one of the world's finest, Mr. Victor Lachlan from Paisley. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the yellow coloured shorts trimmed with black. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 8 stone, 8 pounds, 14 ounces. His excellent record reads 18 contests, 14 wins. 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout, only 3 defeats and 1 draw. Presenting the challenger from Barnsley, Josh the Outlaw Wale. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white coloured shorts. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 8 stone, 9 pounds, 12 ounces. His perfect record reads 11 contests, 11 wins. 4 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he makes the proud first defense of his title, presenting the WBC International Super Bantamweight champion from Sheffield, the undefeated Kid Galahad. Mr. Lachlan with his final instructions, 12 3-minute rounds.
Okay guys, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Touch gloves.
Well, Josh Wale couldn't wait to get out of the corner there. Victor Lachlan had to just motion him back. He will come forward. Can he find a chink in Kid Galahad's armor here?
One of the best things Josh Wale started out doing was jabbing. When you're a puncher, you want to jab your way in, and he's doing that from the get-go. That's a solid sign for him.
We saw Kid Galahad in trouble early on. Flash knockdown against Jason Booth. Josh Wale would love similar early success here.
Kid Galahad is a member of the Ingle Gym. He will switch from righty to lefty, and boy, he did it right on cue, didn't he? He will switch back and forth. It's a unique style that they teach, and he is trying to employ that right now to confuse Josh Wale.
Yeah, one of the oldest cliches in this sport is that styles make fights, but it also happens to be true. And two really contrasting styles here. Well, nothing here will have caught Kid Galahad by surprise. He knew that Josh Wale would come forward, and he knew he'd have to find a way to deflect that and to maybe fight off the back foot in the early stages.
And he's doing just as he did against Jason Booth, you know, just enough movement. But the thing about Kid Galahad that's better than his earlier fights is he's so much more active, throws a lot of punches and sets down on his punches better. You see what he's doing there. Very effective. And you have to cut the ring off on him, which Wale is not doing.
Yeah, at the moment it might look like Wale is applying pressure, but he's not putting him under too much pressure. And not single jabs either from Kid Galahad. He's throwing twos and threes.
Wale just following him around the ring, not jabbing his way in, which he was doing right at the beginning of the round, and just says stop doing it. And you see the constant switching by Kid Galahad.
A little bit of early success here for Kid Galahad, who is very, very confident at all times. And Galahad already starting to dominate in the opening round here. Good start from the Kid. So Kid Galahad getting some final advice there from Dominic Ingle.
And the hand speed and the combination punching of Galahad, evidence there. Tremendous accuracy.
Well, he finished the opening round really well there, Kid Galahad. The champion in the white trunks here against Josh Wale, the challenger. Pride of Yorkshire, Sheffield in the shape of Kid Galahad, Barnsley, Josh Wale, the window cleaner, looking for his big, big moment in the sun here.
Kid Galahad, of course, Barry Awad is his real name. They gave him the moniker Kid Galahad based upon the old Elvis Presley movie. They do that at the Ingle Gym. They once named somebody Slugger O'Toole, so they like to do that.
Every time you mention Elvis, I think you're going to start singing Every Time It Worries Me, but it hasn't happened yet.
No music yet.
Little better in the early stages of this second round for Josh Wale.
He's getting a few short right hands in like he did there. The question would be, can he, he has defensive issues and he cuts. He was cut in his last fight over both eyes, and there was a clash of heads in the previous fight where he got cut. So that's an issue for him if he keeps absorbing these kind of punches.
And he has to deal as well with the hand speed of Kid Galahad, which is so impressive. Quick combinations.
Wale is resilient, but he's taking a lot of punches here early in this fight.
Well, in the early stages, one of these fighters looks in absolute control, and that's Kid Galahad. Wale trying to walk him down, caught him with a right hand, but Galahad responded in kind.
Galahad said, I will exploit his defensive issues. So far, he's doing that.
It's such a hot division, this, in the UK, and I think the others are starting to look at this guy.
We showed you the rankings where he's number 4, those 3 fighters above him. Frampton, the Commonwealth champion, and Quigg and Monroe will be fighting for the British title. Quigg is the British champion. Very, very good fighters in this division here in Great Britain. And this man is stamping his name into that list, isn't he?
I think if you ask Kid Galahad who'd be the winner if he fought any of those 3, there wouldn't be too much doubt about his answer.
Well, he is not exactly an introverted, shy man. So, yes, I agree with you.
Again, good combination from Galahad. Wale, at the moment, is hanging on in there and not doing much more than that. Not for want of trying, but for want of dealing with the skills of Kid Galahad.
Give me a drink, swill out, come on, swill out. Look at your time, don't blow yourself out, pick your shots. Alright, yeah, feel good? Big deep breaths, come on, slow it down. It's going to be a bit million miles an hour in the minute. Pass his towel again, big deep breath. Feel fit? Yeah. Clean your eye, look at me. You've got to get your feet in practice by a play balls distance down. Yeah. Use your feet. Yeah. Trying to throw shots out the ring.
Well, Al mentioned early on in the round that Josh Wale has been prone to cuts and looking very carefully around those eyes already here, Al.
Yeah, there may be a little nick over the right eye of Josh Wale. In his last fight, when he beat Michael Rambabeletsa, he was cut over both eyes. And of course, he's absorbed a lot of punches in this fight so far.
Yeah, he's absorbed an awful lot, even in just the opening 2 rounds here. The pressure on Wale is massive and growing.
The interesting thing about Kid Galahad is he doesn't get away from you just by moving. He slips punches, and even when he's right in front of you, he's hard to hit.
He's got his own fan club in here as well, away to our right. Al was mentioning his real name, and Barry is the chant from them. That's how they know him.
Wale has been down only once in his career, so he's not a fighter that's easy to put down, but he has absorbed a lot of punches so far in this batch.
Well, the way that you could see Wale winning was to try and overwhelm Kid Galahad by sheer volume and effort and a little bit of power as well. Well, he hasn't been able to do that in the early stages, and you wonder what plan B is. He comes forward, he throws shots, but if that doesn't work, where does he go?
And a big tactical mistake, I think, is he stopped after about the first 40 seconds of this fight. Wale stopped throwing the jab.
Well, this is great work from Kid Galahad, snapping back the head there of Josh Wale. Little uppercut as well. Wale with a bit of success, but only a little bit.
Right hand landed, but he pushed that punch just a little bit, and it didn't have full impact against Galahad's head.
Whereas Galahad's shots sting. Uppercut there from Galahad as Wale came in. It's not just the shots, it's the angles, and he mixes it up.
And because he switches so much from lefty to righty, he gives you a new look about every 30 seconds in the fight, Galahad. Nice left hook by Wale. It's one of his better punches.
Yeah, that made Galahad think. That will give Josh Wale just a little bit of heart here.
And I think the left hook is a punch that he should try throwing more, Wale. He's been able to get it in a little bit in this fight.
Well, that left hook landing has just heartened Wale a little. Starting to respond to Galahad's shots here. Closing seconds of this third round. It's all Kid Galahad so far, but can Wale find a way back?
Big deep breaths, big deep breaths, big deep breaths, big deep breaths.
Well, let's take a listen to the Kid Galahad corner.
Slow your breathing down. Ride up, ride up. Right. Just got to stop him along the jabs now. Understand? It's because when he stood with him, just ping him. Get southpaw, start pinging him a little bit. Yeah?
Galahad on the inside, showing the combination punching that has bedeviled Josh Wale, but Wale getting on the inside and being a bit effective, but then taking those big shots. And here is Wale landing a left hand. He landed the jab earlier in that round. He got him in a pretty good left hook as well.
You've got him to work.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Still doing a lot of work around those eyes of Josh Wale. Already reddening up, and maybe just that little nick above his right eye that Al was mentioning. Kid Galahad will have seen that.
We showed you the super bantamweights in Great Britain. Rendo Monroe, of course, right there at the top of the list. Wale sparred with him to help him get ready for his fight with Quigg, and also to get ready for this fight. So that's good sparring, but the problem is it's not helping him right now. He's having some issues with the hand speed and combination punching of Kid Galahad.
It would be very interesting to get Josh Wale's impression of the comparison between Kid Galahad and Rendell Monroe. That's a comparison that we might be seeing in a ring near you in the not too distant future. Should things continue in this vein. Looks so relaxed, Kid Galahad. Doesn't want to get too relaxed though. As promised, Wale still comes forward, still tries to hunt him down.
Kid Galahad, his mom took him to the Ingle gym when he was 14 years of age. He said they drove around for 2 hours trying to find the gym. Thank goodness they weren't, they didn't get frustrated and not go. And from that moment on, his life changed. He had some issues before then, in some trouble. Two brothers that have been in prison, but he turned his life around, and now he is a young boxer on the rise.
Yeah, it could have been one of those sliding doors moments. What would have happened if they hadn't taken that left turn?
Exactly.
Final minute of the fourth. Kid Galahad in control, but still not home and dry.
Josh Wale doesn't have a purpose in his attack in this fight. He's walking forward.
I think he caught him there with a left, and just for a moment Kid Galahad was stung, and he followed it up with a right hand, but there's the response from Kid Galahad. Just a gleam in the eyes of Josh Wale, just for a moment there.
And when you have the kind of movement Galahad has right there, he found himself in a little trouble, he wheeled away.
Because of his body movement and head movement, even if you catch Kid Galahad, he's so hard to catch flush. Better from Josh Wale, certainly, but not enough to really get him into the fight.
Come on, suck it up. Slow it down a bit. Come on, guys. Relax. Deep breathe. Come on, ride up. This kid's fucked. All he's doing is pulling forward. Deep breathe. I want you to slow your breathing down. Suck it in and slow it down. Suck it in and slow it down. Come on. That's it. Ride up. You're going a million miles an hour. Slow the pace down, Barry. Feel good? Yeah. Good. Come on, deep breathe. Ride up. Come on. Deep breath. Come on. A couple of fast breaths. Come on. Right. Slow it down there. Understand? Don't be rolling up ropes with your hands out. Just keep it long, sideways on bump. Pull down, bump. Understand? Just spin slightly out with it.
Kid Galahad just getting his instructions here. They want him to slow down. They say he's going at a million miles an hour.
When he's wrestling
Use his skills.
Slow it down and it's him clean.
And just see everything that little bit slower.
Come on, slow it down.
Let's see how he responds here. He will be looking for a stoppage if he can, because he wants to send a message.
Wale has never been stopped. In fact, his 3 losses all close. Couple questionable decisions. But in this fight, he is being really dominated by Kid Galahad so far. Landed a few big punches, but not nearly enough.
Still coming forward though, Wale. Even though he missed there, that little combination still encouraged the corner.
See a double left hook? That's his ticket in this fight. He's got to get inside and crank up those left hooks. It's one of the punches you can hit Kid Galahad with. The right hands, he tends to roll with, but a left hook is probably the punch you're going to need to really do some damage.
Definitely blood to the left eye there of Wale. Has to come forward, has to get near Kid Galahad, but will take punishment to do that. Little left hand there from Kid Galahad.
The manager of Kid Galahad, John Engel, said the big difference is my kid doesn't get hit and Wale does. And that's been the difference in this fight.
I think hand speed's a big difference as well.
Yep.
Straight right though from Wale. Again, though, it's so hard to catch him clean.
Galahad has a way of rolling with those right hands, and they don't have as much impact as they might. Wale thought he could take Galahad into deep water that he hadn't been in, and he may still be able to do it, but he's never been 12 rounds, Josh Wale, so that's another issue that he'll have to face.
But Wale is still in there with a chance, and he is so brave, and he won't stop coming forward.
There is steady pressure here, and there's those hooks. To me, that's the key in this fight. If he can land one of those, that will change this fight.
Can Josh Wale turn it round? Certainly looks more confident. But he needs to take Kid Galahad somewhere. Needs to really apply some pressure.
Jason Booth tried to fight this fight against Galahad and hit him with some good shots, but like Wale, he took a lot in return.
Little warning there from Victor Loughlin just to keep the punches up to Josh Wale, and likewise a little warning to Kid Galahad. Don't want a wrestling match.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Show the foot more respect, no shit.
Well, their job in that Wale corner is to make sure that
That's nice now, good to fucking work.
Yeah.
Cut ring now.
well, this is Josh Wale's corner, trying to keep him encouraged now, and this is why.
Wale was able to land a good right hand, and that was his best punch of the round and maybe of the fight.
Round 6 of the scheduled 12 here. Kid Galahad has to be well ahead on the scorecards. Can't see how you can make a case for him not having won every round. But the fact that Wale is still there, the fact he was having a little bit of success, means that this fight could yet turn. Unlikely, but not impossible.
What's working against Wale is that with his 7 knockouts among his 18 wins, he's not a huge knockout puncher. And he's landed some decent shots against Galahad, so he's gonna have to put punches together. That's why I think the double left hook is gonna have to be an effective weapon for him.
I suppose the one thing in Wales' favour is that when a fighter hasn't been under pressure in the ring, hasn't had to face a mini crisis in the ring, you never know what he's going to do when he goes there, and that's what Wale needs to do.
The interesting thing about Kid Galahad, he is not a runner, and since when we first saw him as a pro, his style has altered. He throws more punches, he stands in front of people more to fight, even though he's still an excellent defensive fighter.
Makes it entertaining. Makes him good telly, which I guess is what he's doing here. Really good telly tonight.
It's a very consistent effort from Kid Galahad, much as the folks on Channel 5 saw against Jason Booth. Very similar performance. Of course, he's a protege of Nassim Hamed, who introduced him to boxing, sent him to the Ingle Gym when he and his mom took that circuitous drive. And he said, I hope to achieve more than he did in boxing. So he's got lofty goals.
Yeah, those are lofty goals. He hasn't needed too much sat-nav tonight to find the chin of Josh Wale. Although this is a little scrappier. In this, the 6th round. Wale won't mind it that way. But still good work on the inside from Kid Galahad. You can see the swelling on the face of Josh Wale as well. Just feels that every bit of success Wale has is really coming at a cost. Halfway through the 12 rounds, and Kid Galahad well ahead.
He's booked it by the minute. Hands down. Big deep breaths. Come on, free mouth. Up and down slow. Up and down slow. That's better. Just keep poking away at him. Do you understand? He's going to walk into it. Keep tripping and catching him. Do you understand? Nice and relaxed. Come on. Big deep breaths. Look at me. Come on. Focus. Keep your jab nice and ping. No, don't do all that as you're doing. Just keep him in front of him southpaw at a minute. Just come bum bang. When he starts coming in, you then see a little bit of a switch, but just keep it southpaw with him. Just come bang, but just keep it a bit longer with him. But just hit it a little bit harder, but not too much. But don't be powering with everything. Ping, ping, bang, bang. Understand?
Same sort of message coming here for Kid Galahad.
Downstairs a little bit.
Just want him to mix it up. They want him to take his time, pick his shots.
All right.
Not being read the riot act, but just being reminded of the basic skills that you're taught in the Ingalls Gym. It's no great surprise when you ask Kid Galahad about his heroes that they're all Ingle fighters. They'd have to be, wouldn't they? Sure. You mentioned Nassim Hamed, of course, Johnny Nelson and Harold Graham as well.
Johnny Nelson was the MC at the weigh-in and looking very fit still. Of course, he's a fighter that British fans loved, and he gave them many exciting moments. What Dominic Ingle really wanted to make clear to Kid Galahad is you don't have to throw tons of combinations throw your punches, give a little movement, throw a combination here and there, but don't have a lot of activity that will leave you open to counter punches. And there's the jab from Wale, and it set up that right hand. He started out for the first 40 seconds in his fight, Dave, and threw about 15 jabs. I don't think he's thrown 15 since then. And that's a big, big mistake when you're attacking to get in against a boxer like Kid Galahad.
Yeah, it seems strange. You liked what you saw in those opening seconds and made that point and hasn't really reinforced it.
And if you jab with a jabber, you know, the jab is such an important component for Kid Galahad. You could take that jab away. That's what Kenny Norton did against Muhammad Ali. He kept stepping in with his jab, and he took it away from Ali. And see, look at the jab of Wale when he throws it. But Kid Galahad just throwing tremendous combinations.
Well, that message continues that Wale needs to turn the tide of the fight, because if it carries on like this, Kid Galahad is enjoying himself. And he has all the answers to any questions he's being asked.
Clearly, Kid Galahad, with his 4 KOs among his 11 victories, is not a huge knockout puncher. And against top competition, we're likely to see more of this.
Left hand there from Josh Wale. But now there is blood on the right eye of Josh Wale quite significantly as well. Just need to work out where the cut is. If it's that nick over the eye, then it could cause real problems for him. I think it is as well, Al.
Remember, he was cut over both eyes in his last fight.
Worried faces in the Josh Wale corner. Well, let's hear now from the star of Channel 5 boxing, Tyson Fury's with Joe Tidy.
Tyson, what do you think of Kid Galahad's performance so far?
Coming from a very educated eye of mine, it's all, you can't say nothing bad about that performance. It's a masterclass boxing display that you're seeing here from Kid Galahad. I've always knew it. I've said it for a long, long time now. This kid is one of Britain's biggest stars, trust me when I say this. His performance tonight has been absolutely brilliant. The other kid's very tough kid, Josh Wale. He's come here for a fight. He's got a face on him like you've never seen before. He's cut to bits, yet he keeps coming forward. And I think Kid Galahad, within the next few rounds, if he steps it up now, will get him out of there.
Thanks, Tyson. Thanks.
Well, great to hear from Tyson, who I suspect empathises more with Josh Wale, but wishes he had the quick hands of Kid Galahad. Josh Wale's his kind of fighter.
Well, and of course, the last time out, we saw Tyson Fury switching to left-handed. He spent the whole fight as a lefty. So he does relate to that left-handed style a little bit of Kid Galahad and the changing.
Yeah, that was a truly remarkable performance live here on Channel 5 against Martin Rogan.
Yeah, he's shocked all of us by being a lefty for that whole fight. Now, the interesting thing is with that cut, there is going to be a lot of urgency for even more for Josh Wale, thinking that he could be close to losing this fight. He's going to have to throw caution to the wind, which he's been trying to do in any case.
Yeah, you get the feeling if it's going to happen, it has to happen now.
And he keeps ripping those hooks. I'll tell you, he's had a little bit of success here, Wale, with that punch. But I don't know if he has the power to hurt Galahad.
This little pushing with that right hand rather than really connecting. And Galahad knows all about that cut as well. Sure, it won't be long before Victor Laughlin just has a little bit of a look, and he is having a look at Josh Wale. You can see he's focused on that right eye.
You know, you look at Kid Galahad now, I saw him very early in his career, and I have to be honest, I did not think at this early stage, at age 22, he would develop into this complete a fighter this quickly. He looks like a veteran in there.
The warning again for use of the elbow. Yeah, we saw Kid Galahad for the first time on one of our cards on the night that Tyson Fury beat Derek Chisora at Wembley.
Yep.
Wonder what happened to Chisora. Tyson Fury in the crowd here tonight. Well, Josh Wale is clinging on here.
Good little counter right hand on the inside by Galahad. The interesting thing about him, he can fight on the inside. He's not just a long-range fighter, and he's landing good short shots on the inside against Wale.
A flashy combination from Galahad. But it's interesting the extent to which he's listened to the corner as well, Kid Galahad. He has just slowed down his work a bit and gone for quality over volume, trying to pick his shots. Might not look as flashy, but it's effective.
Clean you up, mate. Clean you up. Don't worry about the walls now. Come here, let's look at it.
Well, look at the work they're doing there.
Come here, look at me.
Trying to staunch the flow of blood in the eyes there of Josh Wale.
Kid Galahad showing all the veteran moves, pushing him off and then landing those combinations. And I talked about the punching on the inside. He's an effective fighter on the inside as well as the outside.
Bang every now and again. Pull his hands when he's leading. Pull it down and bang. Do you stand, let him walk onto it.
Corners, 10 seconds.
He's ready for going 2 or 3 rounds. Come on.
Second out. Round 9.
Well, Josh Wale has to keep throwing caution to the wind here. Let's take a look at Al's scorecard. No great surprises there, Al.
Yeah, I mean, this is the quintessential shutout. I don't think there's any round you could possibly give to Josh Wale. I'll be shocked if any of the judges do. There have been sporadic moments of success, but that's all there have been for Wale. And interestingly, they're doing a good enough job on that cut, Dave, that it's keeping Wale in this fight. The big issue and the question as we watch Kid Galahad carve out what looks like a decision win unless Wale can land something big is, can Kid Galahad keep the top fighters off him with his power? They're going to look at that cut.
Well, they have to, don't they? Victor Loughlin wants them to take a look. It does look bad. Just trying to find the ringside doctor who falls over the canopy and eventually grabs the rope, and now we'll take a look. What's the verdict going to be? Verdict is he's okay to continue for the time being.
And in addition to the cut, there's a lot of swelling underneath that eye, so vision is going to be a big issue for Josh Wale.
I'm sure Victor Loughlin will keep having a look here at Wale. He won't want him to take unnecessary punishment. And Kid Galahad is fully aware that this is his chance now. It's what the great fighters do. They see the moment, then they seize it. And he knows that good work now. If he connects, this might be over very, very shortly.
And in between rounds, they'll have a decision to make in that corner to think about whether they want to stop this fight. Nice hook by Wale there, though.
Yeah, and it's moments like that will make them keep going. Wale always needed this to be a scrap. Can he turn it into one now? Hope is fading rapidly for him. Just needs to reignite it if he can.
And he is only a 24-year-old, so a loss like this, you don't want him to take too much punishment because he's still a young fighter.
Wale is up against someone here who is special and might be very, very special. Little left hand there from Kid Galahad. Final 10 seconds of the 9th. Sure, they'll take another look at that card in between rounds. But Wale just keeps coming forward. But they can't let him be too brave for his own good here. That's the absolute key. Again, the Sheffield crowd chanting the real name of Kid Galahad. Barry, Barry echoes around this arena.
He lives very close to this venue.
And it feels like it, and he's owning it so far tonight. The doctor again is up in the corner.
Look at me. Come on.
Well, you can hear there very clearly, sorry Al, Victor Loughlin said if he's taking too much punishment, I'm going to stop it.
And that's a wise thought, and this is an example of the punishment he has been taking. The hand speed and combination punch of Galahad is just impressive.
And the doctor, I think, has just told him to call it off, and he has. Josh Wale can't believe it and is furious. But the doctor went over to Victor Loughlin. I think Victor Loughlin deep down was looking for a reason to stop it because he felt it wasn't quite right. And he turned to the doctor and said, shall I call it off? There's the doctor in your picture now. And he got the nod. And so it's waved off. And do you see there Kid Galahad lifting Josh Wale up in the air, because that was a heroic performance from him.
And good for Kid Galahad for showing that kind of respect for Josh Wale, who is as tough as you can get in there.
Yeah, a great deal of respect. But Kid Galahad, the winner here, and you don't want to see, as you said, a young fighter take too much punishment out.
And you know, that was a bad cut. It's not just about him losing the fight. There was swelling, there was a cut over the right eye, and they're trying to explain to him now this was correct. Don't be distressed about this. Of course he's distressed about losing, but at the end of the day, this could have saved him and made him and extended his career.
And he's talking now to his dad, for whom he does everything in his career. The man who led the way and showed him the way. And I think he's just saying sorry, but he's got nothing to be sorry about. That was brave. And there's the Kid Galahad fans enjoying that moment, but he was brave, but he just wasn't quite brilliant enough to live with Kid Galahad here.
And you know, he tried very hard to land those punches.
So let's make it official. Kid
Ladies
Galahad, the winner.
and gentlemen, at the end of round number 9, star referee Mr. Victor Loughlin, on the advice of the ringside doctor, has stopped the contest due to Josh Wale having sustained severe lacerations. Therefore, your winner, he is still the WBC International Super Bantamweight Champion. Here from the Steel City of Sheffield, still undefeated, Kid Galahad.
Just going to get to the fight.
The appreciation, please. A tremendous effort from Josh, the Outlaw Wale.
Here it is, Al, just before we have a word with the champion, that was a bruising, entertaining 9 rounds.
You know, you fought a very consistent fight over that entire fight. Were you able to get everything you thought you would get done? You said you were going to exploit his defensive issues. It seemed like you did that.
Yeah, like I said, Al, he's a lot tougher than I thought he was. We're taking a lot harder. We're taking some hard shots, but I knew I was going to catch him and take him out. I knew it.
You got a little mark on your cheek there. He did land a couple of overhand rights and a few left hooks. Very tough guy, and you showed him a lot of respect at the end of the fight.
But I let him hit me there. I just wanted to see if he had any strength in them punches, but he didn't.
Kid, you started really well, but he was really durable, which made that fight to some extent, didn't it? His toughness.
He was very tough. He was a lot tougher than I thought he was. He could take a lot harder shots, and but I knew it was just a matter of time before I take him out.
You were really impressed with his hand speed, his combinations, Al, weren't you?
You know, that was impressive. And the other thing I think that probably...
I said to you before the fight, I'm going to put on a tremendous performance here.
You did tell me that, and you lived up to your word. You just got to get less introverted about your own abilities. You know, it was one of the things that I think is something maybe not everybody will understand about you is you're a very good inside fighter as well as being an outside fighter. You're not just a boxer.
Yeah. I think after my last fight against Jason Booth, I was only 40%. I'm not trying to take anything away from Jason Booth, but before that fight, I think I overtrained, and I think he overlooked me in that fight, and he thought he was going to take me out. But when he got in there, I had to show him why I'm going to be great.
Now, the bantamweight, super bantamweight division here in Great Britain and in the world is a tough one. Yeah. Obviously, there's going to be a British championship fight between Monroe and Quigg, and then you've got Frampton in there. Where do you fit into all that?
I think I'm the top one from all them three. If any of them want to fight me, we'll get the fight done.
Kid, looking at the fight, did it follow the pattern, the fight, did you think? Did it go the way that you thought it would do?
I thought I was going to take him out a lot earlier than I thought it did, but it was a lot tougher than I thought.
Well, here it is down here, so just take us through it here from the early stages here. And from the word go, what were you thinking? What was your plan?
I was just picking him off, just finding my range with him, finding my timing, boom. But I think I was just too quick, too strong. I think he underestimated my strength and my inside fighting.
That's the point you were making, Al, weren't you, about how impressive Kid was on the inside as well?
Now, do you think the big issue some people ask is, do you have enough power against the top super bantamweights to keep them off of you?
Of course I have. If they want to fight me, we'll get the fight done and we'll see. But I know I've got enough power, enough my time and my distance, everything is to take.
We showed great combination punching here, that's for sure. And it was a very consistent effort.
Yeah, it was very consistent. Too quick, too sharp, too smooth for him.
Okay, well, we've got Mick Hennessy in here as well. Mick, better come in here, Mick. What are your thoughts then now for Kid after what you've seen? And obviously talking about the British scene as well that Al was. What happens now?
Well, it was an absolute masterclass. I mean, no other word for it. No one does that to Josh Wale. I mean, he's a rough, tough, brilliant European fighter. Any of them names you mentioned earlier, any European fighter he would give nightmares to. But he's just took him apart in style. People talk about his punching. If you look at his last two opponents, you look at the faces that they were left with after the fight. This kid punches, believe me, and he's a world-class fighter. Quigg, Monroe, Frampton, he's in a different league, and he'll prove it. He'll do the same to them what he's done tonight.
You know where we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mick's going to line up the fights. I'm going to keep on taking him out, and Channel 5 are going to keep on showing him.
That's what we're hoping for. Mick, you wanted a tough fight like that, didn't you? You wanted him to have to go that far, if you like.
I did, because I believe that fighters need to have them experiences in the ring to operate at a top world-class level. That's what we do. We operate at a top world-class level, and if you don't have nurturing fights like that, hard fights, you won't be capable of winning the major belts. And that's all we're interested in. He's a world-class athlete, and we're giving him real hard contests. And, you know, the European title is another belt that we'll look at, the likes of Kiko Martinez. But I promise you, this Kid Galahad will do the same to all of them what he's done to Josh Wale tonight.
Kiko Martinez wants it, he can come and get it. If Scott Quigg wants it, Frampton, Quigg, any of them, they know where we are. They know where Mick is. Pick up the phone.
There we go. Looks like he's doing your job for you as well, Mick. He's going to promote himself.
Brilliant, absolutely, and long may you do it as well. But he's a real special talent, and I'm proud to be his promoter.
Yeah, terrific. Okay, Mick, thank you very much, Kid. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for the entertainment. Really enjoyed it. Terrific. Thank you very much.